Do you have RSUs? Are they at a loss? It's a real problem. The biggest problem with RSUs at a loss is that it can lead to you getting stuck where you don't know what to do. So I'm here to help. Let's talk about you getting unstuck by identifying when you should sell RSUs at a loss. The first and easiest time that you should sell RSUs at a loss is anytime you need the cash, meaning you need the cash now more than you need the possible recovery or the future growth that the stock may have. Taxes can be a real reason why you might need the cash now, or maybe it's a goal that you've waited for a while to achieve. And even though your RSUs are at a loss, you could sell them and have the cash that you need to fund your goal. So anytime you need the cash now, that's a good reason to sell your RSUs at a loss. I also think it's important to define a loss to make sure that we're both talking about the same thing. So whenever a client says to me, I've got these RSUs and they're at a loss, they usually mean one of two things. The first thing that they may mean is that the stock has declined in price from its recent high, meaning that the RSU shares are not worth what they once were, but the shares are still worth more than they were at vest or at release. So this is just a decline in price. If it's a 0 to 10% decline, I probably wouldn't worry about it, and I would not let the decline in price change your plan. So if the stock was at 100 and now it's at 90, it's okay. Don't let it change your plan. Just go ahead and do what you intended to do regardless of the decline in price. If it's a 20% plus decline, maybe the stock was at 200 and now it's at 150, then you may want to, check your plan and see if, it makes sense to sell now or if it's okay to hold and wait. You just want to be aware that if, the decline has gotten this big, you may be moving from a decline to a loss, and that can really change things. So let's talk about a loss. A loss is anytime those shares from the RSUs are worth less than they were at vest. And this is a real problem because now you've paid income tax on a value that's no longer real. You can't sell the shares for what you paid the taxes on at vest. So just like a decline in price, if it's just a small loss, meaning it's just 0 to 10%, don't worry about it. Don't let it change your plan. And the reason why we don't let it change our plan is because the stock market's moving around every day. And so 0 to 10%, either up or down from the time that those RSUs vested, this is just normal market movement. It's not a reason to reevaluate or change your plan. If it's more than a 10% loss, it is okay to reevaluate. And as you're reevaluating, you want to ask yourself, is this just bad market timing? Meaning there's nothing wrong with my company. There's nothing wrong with this stock. It's just a bad time to be selling right now, and I'm going to wait until a better time to sell. Or is the rest of the market up? Is the rest of tech up and your stock is down? Is there a possibility that there's something wrong with your company? And even though I may be selling at a loss, this loss may continue, and selling today at a loss may be better than selling tomorrow at an even bigger loss. These are the questions that you want to be asking. The other time it's okay to sell at a loss is when you're selling at a loss to move to a better plan, meaning to avoid future losses. And so if there's something wrong with your company, you want to sell as soon as possible. You want to pay attention to taxes, and you want to reinvest the proceeds. And even if there's nothing wrong with the company, this may just be a part of your plan, and we're not going to worry about losses because we know that we're moving to a better plan where we sell the shares as soon as we're able to. We make sure that we're staying ahead of taxes, and then we quickly reinvest the proceeds after taxes. And by doing this, you can start to kind of dollar cost average out of your RSUs and into a diversified portfolio, which often is a better plan. So this is how you can know when it's okay to sell your RSUs at a loss. And if you've still got questions that are really specific to your unique situation, that's a great sign that it's time to be working with a qualified advisor who understands RSUs and can help you figure out when's the right time for you to sell.